We're recording. Hey, what's up, everybody? Might have just got done filming some BellLife.com videos. We're a little bit. Here's someone comes up the road. A little bit under the weather, I guess you could call it. Actually, we tested it, and I'm 0.5, so I'm not 100% drunk. So here's where we're at. We're back at the property, as you can tell. I've actually been down here probably a full 6 or 7 hours a couple days before this, but what the project now is the driveway. So trying to make the driveway usable. So we have this culvert pipe. I still have to measure this, going across the driveway. This one's going across the road right there. So my plan is to lengthen this one all the way down the ditch, the side of the truck, and I want to make the driveway from there, that tree line to that tree line, wide. So before, obviously, it started right here and went to right there, which is terrible, because if you have a trailer, you can just got to back up into the mud, which is, you know, a horrible experience. So I want to make it to, if you pull up the driveway right here, you can just back right in. And so I'm basically going to where the grass starts right there. So making it a big swoop, like this swoop right here, making it to this big swoop. So what I have to do is I got to dig this ditch out, get another culvert pipe and attach onto that and throw it down that ditch. And that culvert pipe goes to right here, right? I looked at it the other day. It's down in there. You can't really tell, but there's a culvert pipe there. But that's the plan. So what I did down here the other day for 5 or 6 hours, you can kind of tell. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing on this skid steer. I'm trying to do the best I can. But put the grease gun down. So the driveway used to be about, I'd say right here. I've widened it that way probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet. So, and I've taken all of this dirt through here, because it used to be a pretty big ledge, and been putting it right here on this. This used to be a step up to here to a flat spot, and then a step up to there to the flat spot where the blue shed and all that stuff used to be. So there's a little bit of a lip right there, take that out. But trying to make this all a rolling hill, you know what I mean? Probably need to take a little bit out of here, a little bit. I've just been trying to make it all like a rolling hill, you know. I don't know if that's right or not. When I started cutting into this, I don't want to make that a huge cut, because we don't want to put a retaining wall there, because I want to be able to, you know, if you got foilers or whatever you want. And obviously I have no idea what's going to happen when it rains. It'll probably wash the whole driveway away, you know. All your operators and all your people that know how to do drainage and all that crap. I'm probably doing everything 100% wrong, but my plan is to just do it and see what happens and then fix it from there. That's my plan. So just being real with y'all. So obviously this is the old driveway right here, and I want to make from that pile down there to that tree line, kind of swoop it all the way up here. All of this needs to be driveway from the tree line basically all the way to this tree, all the way to the cabin is what I want, because just kind of what I want. So I think I've put, I don't know how many hours on the skid steer, 8 or 9 hours on the skid steer, so it needs to be greased before we take off in it. Actually need fuel too, but it's still Sunday. I was just gonna work for an hour or so because we still gotta eat and all that. But another thing, we said it a million times, but this driveway is extremely dangerous right now with screws and nails and all that kind of stuff. So I want to scrape all of this grass and all of this gravel off and go dump it somewhere to get all the way down to the mud, just for when people park down here. Oh good, it's still here. I was worried the grapple bucket was going to be gone. I don't know if you can see any down here now or not. Can't really see any. There's a hose, but it's kind of dangerous right now with screws and nails and all that kind of stuff, so I'm out of breath. Want to scrape all of this driveway off and get it down to the mud to where it's actually safe to drive on, and then at that point people can park up here. But gravel's so expensive, you know. We just did the bridge. It's like $500–600 a load, and we're gonna need probably what we did down at the bridge but up here. So what we're gonna do is start with number 2s, I would say, all the way for a base, and then I don't even know, we're probably gonna need 25, 50, 100 ton of number 2s and 100 ton of 57s at least to do this. That's kind of where, you know, I haven't even touched any of this stuff up, but look how freaking muddy this thing is from the bridge. Look at this. I mean, I know it's a skid steer, but it's a little ridiculous. Been using the windshield wiper a little bit. But we'll go ahead and get this thing greased and get in it and go from there. Trey's supposed to come down here in a second because I was going to get his opinion, because I don't know if this should swoop, if this should be a squared off driveway. I'm not sure the best way to do this, because right now the main attraction is the cabin, and you know, still haven't 100% decided what we're going to do here, because there's still a bunch of trash and stuff underneath the cabin that we still have to get out. I mean, there's a lot under here. It's quite a bit under here, so haven't decided what to do with that. But as of right now, that is the main attraction, you know, of the property. So I think the driveway needs to head, you know, towards the cabin. So that's why I was kind of heading everything towards this direction. Everybody wants to keep this tree, so that's why it's kind of right in the middle of the driveway. But I'd like to rip that out. Be sweet if we could rip the tree out and make it extremely wide, but Amy likes the tree, so that's kind of where we're at. But go ahead and get this thing greased up and we'll decide. All right, just got it greased up. Now that was a full tube of grease when we started. It's over a half a tube, 3/4 of a tube to grease this thing. That's not even including the grapple bucket. But you got 2 there, 2 there. You got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 right there, 1 here, 1 there, and that's doubled because all of this is on the other side too. Then you have 1 here, 1 here on this side going that way, and then 1 here, which is right there, and all of that's doubled on that side as well. And then you have 1 here, and I keep saying it, but it's all doubled. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, farted, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's at least 28 grease fittings that I know of on this thing. It's unbelievable. And they say to do it every 8 hours or something like that, but everybody I talk to just says grease it every time you get in it, so I'm not sure. So I've just been greasing it about every 5 hours, which is basically every time I start it up, that's how long it gets moved. So I'll go ahead and get started, and when Trey gets here, we'll get his opinion on what he thinks the driveway needs to do, and then we'll go from there. So this is technically day 3, but day 2 for you all, right? As I said I did all of this stuff. I didn't film all of that. So, but we got Dad's
come here, sissy,
electric, whatever this thing's called. We gotta cut some limbs off of this thing when we have a driveway here, because it'll, I guess the sticks will hit some vehicles, won't it?
come here, sis.
Try this one, you think?
I think that might be a little bit of a small chainsaw for that limb, but go for it. Let's see.
off of there.
Wow. Huh. I underestimated the little electric thing. Do that one, Justin, where it's pulling over here.
Get this little guy?
Well, this one right here on this side, you see it?
This one?
See how it's pulling on those limbs over here, babe?
That one?
Yeah, do that one.
Cut that off?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this one first.
Well, that took like 2 seconds.
Mike. Get killed by a limb.
He keeps wanting to cut my tree down and I won't let him.
All right, not sure what the last clip was, but is today the third day? Today's it like the third or fourth day. I'm getting confused, but this is what we got today. We're back at the same place. Lynn Nelson got 3 20-foot sections of 15-inch pipe. So this is what's under the driveway already running down that ditch. So I looked at it yesterday, and of course I can see no daylight through it. So my plan is I'm gonna go ahead and dig the one up, hopefully without destroying it, that's in the ground. Dig the ditch a little bit deeper and better, set that one back down in there, and then hook onto it with these 3. So, you know, that's 80 feet. So that's how wide the driveway is gonna be, is the plan anyways. Today is Tuesday. Gonna go back today, drop this off at the property, and then Brian's gonna come down there tonight and help me. He's got that whatever you want to call it, backhoe attachment on the back of that John Deere, and he's gonna dig the ditch down through there, and then we're gonna lay it and then cover it back in. And then we got gravel coming on Thursday. So probably nowhere near enough gravel, but you know, gravel's so freaking expensive. We got I think 50 ton of number 2s. Can't decide, you know, obviously we're gonna need a lot more than that, but just want to kind of just get it for when, you know, when it rains, it's not just a mud bog down there. We got a decent place to park and not get extremely muddy with the trucks and stuff. But so this is today's project. Hopefully get this buried and get that done, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm gonna go down and do some final touches on it. Hopefully, you know, take some more of the humps and stuff out of the driveway, and then possibly I might go ahead and just run around the side of the cabin there to the left that didn't finish, with shaving all the branches and stuff and getting that looking halfway decent. And then Thursday be ready to hopefully just spread gravel all day. So be back here in a minute when we get to the property. All right, and we're back. We made it. So I kind of attempted it. Might be pee right there. I might have just peed, but so I pulled up the driveway. That's the only thing that kind of stinks here, is because you know, you're coming up this way. It'd be nice if you were coming this way and you can just back right up the driveway. But and I tried backing, but backing from pulling up there, splitting the trailer about right here, and you start backing, you can't cut real hard because of the tree line right there, but it starts backing in about right here, and that's basically right where this freaking ditch is. So that's what we're kind of dealing with, and you can see no light through that, and it's not really deep enough. I didn't make it deeper, but that goes all the way over there to that ditch right there. I think, I don't even know, it might end up being a nightmare ripping this up and then finding some other bad stuff under here, but we'll see. But got the pipe, and to get this just thrown into here. And then yesterday I didn't really, look at this freaking rebar. Yesterday I cut a couple trees down right here. Can't really tell, but obviously that used to be a tree, and the fence used to come up to here to a cedar tree, and I cut it down, and then this was hanging, this had branches and stuff hanging over, so I just cut it off and left it as a post. I'm trying to make it to where you can just, you know, either if you want to pull into here and swoop around up to the driveway, or, you know, hopefully after all this is graded out, you'll be able to just back from there and back in, hopefully without jackknifing the trailer, and make it in there. But, you know, I really can't see things until they're, you know, closer to being done. But, and then also, look at this freaking chain, man. Just crap everywhere. So yesterday, didn't show what we got done. Me and Amy got the this driveway tree line pretty squared off, and then I might go up past the cabin right there and get that, because I want to make it around the cabin and get some of that stuff cleared out. But then we cut a bunch of branches off this tree so nothing's hanging down if you got anything on a trailer or something backed up by the house. So it's definitely coming along. It's really coming along if you look from when we got the property to now. It's a freaking huge difference. But it's definitely working. So I'm gonna get this unloaded and take the trailer back to the house, get it disconnected, and then I think me and Trey are gonna go ahead and work out a little bit earlier today. And then supposed to meet Brian back down here today about 3, and that's when we're gonna do all of this. I still got some brush right there from the tree line. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the skid steer and pick all that up and go throw it in the fire pit. And then there's some more branches I cut off this tree yesterday. I'm gonna pick those up and get those all thrown into the fire pit, so at least that's done. But we're getting it for sure. We'll be back. Well, I guess deers can dig, can't they? That's Brian's back down here again. He just dug this whole ditch. I already explained to y'all what we're doing. We're hooking on to, well, we pulled this little piece of pipe out. That's 15-inch, but that's actually 12-inch. So I screwed up and got the wrong size, but that was a fake out. But we're hooking on to there and running it all the way down to there. I had to cut another tree down. That's the ditch. But I'll set you all up in a time lapse here. These things in there so I can get this camera going. I'll hook the first one on. Let's see. Be a little crooked. Be good enough? Yeah. her back on here. That took 45 minutes. This is where we're at so far. I'm gonna get it's 7 o'clock. Amy pulled up a second ago and everybody's ready to eat. So accidentally ripped a bunch of roots out on this tree. So it's pretty much, I just went ahead and ripped it out. I'm gonna grab it tomorrow with the grapple bucket, but ended right here, right at that tree. We made a post. Then I still gotta get in here and clean all this stuff up, of course, but this actually turns in underneath this fence right here to a ditch. So I'm gonna clean some more of this up tomorrow, and then that'll hopefully run down to there. Kind of what we're hoping for, but you never know. Definitely a big entrance now, isn't it? It's freaking cold out. I'm in a cutoff. It was 75 a minute ago. I don't know what it is. Now it's freezing. But Brian cleaned this out a little bit up here. I guess a little better. That's the entrance to it. I need to get in there and dig some of the rock out, but all it's going to do is just wash it back in. But that's it so far. Whatever day this is, 3 or 4, working on this driveway. I got all of that gravel pile right there from here. Brian showed me, I didn't even see it. There's a big hump right here in the driveway. And there was a crap load of gravel in it. But kind of flatten this out a little bit better, and then tomorrow I'm gonna come back and kind of hopefully shape it a little more, maybe add some dirt here and stuff, but we'll be back tomorrow. Alrighty, it's the next day. So yesterday we got this whole drain done right through here, almost done. I still got to do some touching up on this little exit here, you know, digging this a little bit better through there. And like I said, there's a natural ditch down there. It'll just go underneath that fence and hopefully there, but need to cut this a little bit more through here. But the gravel was supposed to be here tomorrow on Thursday, and it started showing up today. So that's one pile of number 2s. It's 25 ton. So like I said, I kind of want to go about 3 feet to the left of that tree and kind of come down, swoop on the right side of the skid steer and come all the way through here to this post. So it'll be from there to here wide, and then I'm not sure, I guess obviously just gravel all this stuff too, but kind of at a little overwhelmed right now. So I don't really, obviously I've said that a bunch, I don't really know what I'm doing with this thing. I've been trying to, you know, make all of this ground somewhat the same height, and I didn't, you know, like I said, we didn't want to cut into the hill because I don't really want a retaining wall there, because to get out into the field, you know, you'd have to go over the retaining wall, which that's still flat up there. I don't even know how that even got flat, but that's flat. I need to fix that. But still have this dirt, some of it's from the ditch, and then some of it is, I honestly don't know where it came from, but, and then the pile back there is from the hole that we dug. So I think I'm going to take this dirt, because this is all crap, and go put it on the flat spot up there, and then take the rest of that dirt and then just throw it all over the top of that to make some of this lip go away. And then he's coming with one more load of number 2s for the base, and I was talking to him, you know, the guy that delivered it, and he thinks we need like 7 loads. But so I think I'm just gonna do 4 for now, just to get a you know, hopefully try to get most of this stuff covered. This gravel, the problem with moving this gravel that used to be up here, flattening that out a little bit, is this gravel has a bunch of screws and crap in it. So that's what we kind of lined the ditch with. So now I need to get some, I had them dump it up there, but then like Amy said, now most of the screws and stuff are gone from up there and they're down here. So I kind of screwed up with that. So I guess just kind of start taking gravel from up there and I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do the line first, the outer line of the driveway, and see if I can make that, and then from there just kind of fill it in. I think I'm gonna draw an outline basically with the gravel and then fill in the inside. And then all of this stuff isn't perfectly flat, so the only thing I know to do is I'm gonna try to cheat it with the gravel. So that's kind of where we're at. 'Cause I mean, there's imperfections everywhere, but might set you all up on this table, bring the table over here and have her, I don't know how much memory's left on this SD card. To see all of this is kind of all wonky up here. There's a hill over there, there's a big hill there. I still got to take that up to the fire pit. Take this table and kind of set you right here for a minute. Then we'll start moving some gravel here. Let's see, let me pull this thing up like this. I don't know, I'll try to move this thing in a minute. I just want to try to get most of y'all in the shot here. It's a decent amount. Well, he just dropped the second load off. Tell you what, they're pretty persistent. Seem like about every hour. I don't know how far he's going to pick it up, but thinking this load will maybe do where we're walking down there, and then that's 25 ton number twos. Pretty big stuff. Look, more trash. And this is what's left of the first pile. So I think for now I'm just gonna basically square where the grapple bucket is over in front of the porch, come down around the tree kind of like I'm going. I still need to go around the house and get all of that cleared to make that look better, but I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll save a pile of gravel to do that. Me and Trey were talking, he's like, you know, it's less grass to cut, and I guess that is true. So might go up here. I don't know when we're gonna do that, but Then there's a bunch of crap under the house too we got to get out. You all, I think, have seen it before. But bunch of stuff under here. What's fun about this is that I'm gonna have to do it by hand, I guess. Just get out there and throw it in the yard and put it in a pile. But I'm freaking out of breath. Go ahead and I'm down to about a quarter tank, like I said. I think I can get this spread real quick down to there, and then he's actually gonna bring 2 more. Look at that. One of them freaking things fell out of that tree. Them ball things, whatever them things are. But I told her we should cut that down so if it falls on vehicles, it doesn't dent them. But these things right here. But go ahead and spread this. He's bringing 2 more tonight, so it's 2 o'clock now. So I'll probably stay here till about 2:30, and then gotta go and do the whole gym thing. We actually took legs off this week, so our workout schedule normally Monday is chest and tries, Tuesday's legs, Wednesday's back and buys, Thursday is shoulders and a full set of tries, and then Friday is just buys. So we do arms twice a week. But we took legs off this week. Trey's knees bothering him, and it's fine because we got so much stuff to do down here, it's no big deal. So we just moved the workout up, so we're off this Friday. So that means today is the long workout and tomorrow is the short workout. So go to the gym, and then I don't know if I'm gonna I might bring 10 gallons down and go ahead and put that thing in there and maybe grease it up for tomorrow, and then go ahead and get 10 more gallons in the morning, so I'll have some fuel and can spread those other 2 piles. I'm thinking this will get most of the rest of this, and then like I said, I think I want to go like 1 or 2 buckets wider around through there, and then touch stuff up like the ditch down there for the drainage thing, and do some touching up here and there. But you guys already saw spreading this, so I'll go ahead and hop in the skid steer and spread this stuff, and then probably after that take off, and then the next clip you all see is probably the next 2 piles. So be back here in a little bit. Alrighty, I think today's gonna be the last and final day, I'm hoping, to get this driveway done. So we got 2 more piles, so that's a total of 100 ton of number 2s. I just filled the skid steer up with fuel and greased it up. A million different grease fittings. It takes almost a full tube of grease to grease that thing, but I guess I need to grease that grapple bucket too. I forgot about that. Right now it's definitely obviously rough with these number 2s driving on it. I'm going to try to spread this stuff out a little bit thinner because it's pretty hard to drive on right now. They say, believe it or not, that skid steer, I can't remember how that works, but like its footprint on the ground as you're rolling isn't, you know, it's because the skid steer weighs 11,000 pounds. It's not 11,000 pounds that's touching the ground all at once. So I don't know if it's the same way for that tractor. I don't know how much the tractor weighs, but or I might just drive up and down it with the truck. I just want to try to get it packed down. But I think with these 2 piles of gravel, I can go wider like I wanted to. So probably right maybe to that rock or something, a bucket wider, straight down through here, kind of like originally how I had it, and then down to the tree fence post, and then get back in and touch up down through there, and then down by the ditch that me and Brian made. But hopefully get this thing knocked out today. But I mean, you know, then I got to hook back up to the grapple bucket and get the rest of this trash and stuff and throw it on the fire pit, and then there's all kinds of trash. We have to get a dumpster out here to get all the trash from underneath the house out. And there's just, I've been talking to everybody, and they're like, you know, when you have property, there's always, I guess there's always something you can do, and they're not lying. And look at this, more trash. Ridiculous. But today is Thursday. Actually had like over 2.5 hours of footage on this camera already. So this morning Amy took the footage because we only got one SD card for this GoPro. Took the footage and put it on the computer. So today, I mean, obviously you saw what I did. I mean, there's not really anything special about spreading gravel, I don't think, but I'm gonna try to get the rest of this stuff done. Still don't know what I'm gonna do with these two piles just yet. Amy wants me to save them for a minute. I might have to move this one because it'll be in the way of the driveway, but I'm going into that regen mode. But I'll go ahead and move this truck and park her back down there, and then get started and see how much we can get done today, right? Be back in a minute. And 2 hours later, 3 hours later, something like that. Before I show y'all, it's extremely thick in some spots. It's extremely some mud in some spots. I'm horrible at spreading gravel. I think I'm just gonna bring a freaking shovel down and try to shovel some of this stuff around. And the lines aren't straight, and just more and more things. But I did come down here to this, and I went down and got some of that, how do you say that, riffraff rock or whatever that we had extra when we did the bridge, and we put it in the creek. And I need to get some, that's one bucket. I think maybe 2 more buckets for this side and that side, and then kind of make pretty this up or whatever. But that's it. Extremely not perfect. Still got some roots coming through there, but I don't think you're gonna get any flats anymore on it, so that's nice. But I mean, it's freaking thin through here, and then like 8 inches thick here. And I kind of just ran out of time. I'm gonna come back down maybe later today, tomorrow and Saturday. But I just wanted to, this is the gist of it, show you all. I wanted to have enough to, you know, fix the actual road, but I probably do. There's probably enough to fix this whole road. I probably got way too much rock down, but I don't know, need a professional. But definitely looks better. Dad actually stopped down. He actually you might be able to pull into here with a trailer, go up the hill, and turn left right here, and you might be able to actually turn around down here at the bottom. So I might try it a couple different ways, but right now this crap is so freaking thick, probably get stuck pulling a trailer. So I'm gonna take the tractor, and after I get all this stuff spread around a little better, and run over it like 1,000 times to try to get it down in there a little bit. I need that freaking dump truck back here. He really packs it down. But driving on it with the truck, I mean, it's rough. You know, obviously we need some of that dense grade to go over top of this, but probably more than likely what we'll do is it'll probably stay like this all winter, I would say, because you got to move on to other stuff, the trash underneath the house, the fire pit, and then I still want to fix some of these hills and stuff with the skid steer and a bunch of other stuff. So there's just a bunch of projects down here. But this is the driveway. I guess that's what this whole video was about, was the driveway. Been a few days, but I think it turned out pretty good. Like, I thought about doing something with that ditch and prettying it up to make it like this ditch, but it's like stuff just takes forever. You all to do this full time probably do this in freaking a day, start to finish. But anyways, I'm gonna finish that. But that is the driveway expansion. I don't know if Amy's somewhere in the video, I think Amy's gonna put some, we don't have a picture from like right here of the property. Should have did that when we first got it, because I mean, if you all have seen from the beginning when we got this property to now, I mean, it's a huge difference. But somebody that just watching this video, it doesn't look like, you know, a whole lot. Well, like I showed buddies at the gym yesterday, and they're like, oh, you're spreading gravel? And I'm like, huh. It was a lot more than that, but maybe Amy will put some pictures in and maybe a video. this is what the entrance looks like now. No chicken coop, no freaking trash everywhere, no flat tires. Coming along. But thanks a ton for y'all watching. I'm gonna end the video right here. Appreciate it. More than you know, and comment down below if you liked it or not. Subscribe here, subscribe to our new channel, The BellLife Bang, subscribe to Ask the BellLife, and then check us out on TheBellLife.com for all of the stuff that doesn't really work out too well on YouTube for us. Thank y'all more than you know. We will see you on the next one.